By God, it's Haas. We're here in Dallas, Texas, and I'm joined here by none other than Mr. Anderson and, name Chris? Chris Cruz?
Yeah.
Really? We're joined here by CC.
Definitely good to be here in Dallas, Texas, for Eclipse Pro Wrestling. Good to be back at the table here tonight.
It's going to be a great show.
Got CC and SA here on the board. Of course, we're here in Texas, LoneStar State. Solid gold, best seed in pro wrestling.
Yep, and as I can imagine, the crowd is probably already heavily intoxicated.
Don't you
would
dare
not be
shame
surprised.
Texans for their consumption. Don't you dare, you Brett. Goddamn Brett.
All this goddamn, we've got a great show. Just take it down a few.
Simmer,
Dare you
simmer.
insult me. Of course, first opening up, got the Dragon taking on the Ministry. Of course, Undertaker Kane, legends of the business, shooting in this young Denmark fella.
I thought it was the Netherlands.
First opening up. Same place.
Then who are the Dutch?
I only half know.
I'm very confused, but what I do know is it's going to be one hell of an opening match. It's going to definitely be a battle of
100%.
experience versus sort of not a lack of experience, but definitely nowhere near the likes of Taker and Kane, right?
Got that correct. Of course, now, be very interested to see if Undertaker and Kane can still go after they both low-key retired.
They should still go. They've still got the knowledge. They've still got the passion. They've still got the health. And they've still got the physicality that they should still have.
I have to agree there. I mean, I don't see that they would put themselves in the situation to jeopardize their health, to jeopardize their stability, right? So I have every confidence in the world that they're going to be able to perform in this match. It's just a matter of, can they sustain? Can they have the entire fight, right? Can they last, the whole length? Or will age catch up to them? Time will tell.
Exactly. We will see tonight.
Down to the ring.
They mean business.
Definitely looking confident, which, I would definitely have that confident mindset going into a match like this, going up against a team like this. Anything from a mental standpoint that you can do, supplement the physical prowess that you bring to the table here is definitely going to be an arrow in their quiver.
Indeed.
Here they come, the Ministry. A morose entrance.
Such an eerie vibe.
Of course, talking about bullying the elders, got Chris Cruz here bullying me after he bullied Dustin Rhodes last week.
Oh, yeah, he had it coming. That was his mistake.
What did I do then?
Well, you're just you.
You were just beating yourself, I'm sure.
Yeah, you know.
You're, you're known for being a little bit of an instigator, Haas. Or misunderstood, maybe?
I won't go that far.
No, I've done my rounds. I've earned my spot. I am the Undertaker of commentary.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just I had to think about in which context, which aspect of the Undertaker. You mean in as far as legendary?
I'm
maybe.
old, damn it.
Make your mind up.
Just about dead. I've eaten Undertaker.
You can see that they mean business. You're talking about business earlier. Look at the face, the look of determination.
Indeed, you can tell that they've come for a fight.
Goes back to that previous statement of, you know, I have all the confidence in the world that this team's here to. Both teams are going to give 110%, obviously, but going back to questioning how well Taker and Kane can perform in their age and for how long. That's to be seen.
RJ and Aleister Black starting it off. Swift kick to Black's chin.
Oof.
Puts Aleister Black down on the mat.
Good way to start the match in their favor. Come out guns blazing. It's always interesting when you see Aleister get kicked like that, because Aleister's, the way that he delivers his kicks are just, oof, they're brutal.
Indeed.
A little bit of misdirect there by Deuce, whatever his name is.
Well, I wasn't sure what they were planning for there. Aleister not looking...
He's not looking good at the moment, which is surprising.
Yeah, agreed. It's a little bit of a shock.
Right. I mean, hopefully he gets momentum. Oh, starting to look that way. Oh, no.
I got the Undertaker tagged in.
Here comes the big guy.
Good timing, too. Allows them to turn the tables, if you will, to their advantage, hopefully.
Undertaker, of course, one of the most experienced people in this match. That's automatically an advantage.
Absolutely. And again, I mean, one could argue, I agree with you, definitely he has that experience. Nobody can question that. I guess the one thing that remains to be seen for me, again, is with that experience comes all of that wear and tear. So yeah, I know I can rely on you. I know that you can do what you can do because your history shows it, but will the wear and tear catch up with you? Can you last? Or will the other, opponents be...
Can you just go? Yeah, exactly.
Or saw some tag team out of the ministry earlier. Now we're seeing some out of the Dragon. Whoa, getting the Undertaker up.
Very great tandem maneuvering there. I mean, just goes to show how in sync they are.
Very in sync. Sure.
Definitely a great way to open up tonight's card. No question about it.
Oh, indeed. Certainly would be a fool if you are missing tonight's show, especially this match. By God.
Absolutely. And I've always touted how much of a fan I am of, tag team wrestling, or, in this case, it's six-man tag, or 3-on-3. But that tandem style of wrestling that you don't see in a one-on-one match. That's what I like about these kind of matches. Great way to open up the night.
Undertaker sending a message.
Indeed, I'd have to agree.
That choke slam and just watching over his work.
Oof. Brutal.
Crowd on their feet. Like I said, nothing against Dallas,
Texas.
Texas.
Going for it.
Here we go.
Up in the tombstone.
Oh.
Goose gets the reverse tombstone on the Undertaker.
That was crazy.
Right.
For 2 count.
I mean, that
was
close. Show of prowess to be able to reverse that.
Jesus, right? I'd have to agree. Oof.
Oh, Deuce goes for it, but misses that huge drop kick. Lands on his ass.
I think he landed on his coccyx.
Right. I mean, you gotta use the correct terminology. Don't know what you're doing.
Goddamn you and your fangled scientific words.
Hey, shut up. It's called English.
If you actually bruise your coccyx, it's a very serious thing. Like it can put you on the bench for quite some time.
Yeah,
I'd have to agree.
I know a few dudes to be butthurt.
Yeah, I know this one dude to be butthurt too.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of that going around these days.
Yeah. Now there's a big guy that's butthurt, like someone called Dangle Carl. Really butthurt.
I've heard of him. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen his work.
Yeah, I've seen his work. I mean, it's pretty mid-card, but...
I thought his buddy was more butthurt, the one accusing him of getting the silhouettes or redemption to kick his ass.
That's right. Yeah, that's so
Right.
hard. They've been doing their thing. They've been looking for, I hate to use the term, but they've been really going out for retribution. I mean, I'm trying to think of another word other than redemption, right?
Right.
But the way that they have been acting and carrying themselves over the last couple months now, it's been a little bit out of the norm for them, but refreshing to say the least.
Indeed, I'd have to agree.
Of course, you heard any word on if Daniel Cole did have anything to do with SOR attacking Pat Downs?
I believe that he was involved.
Yeah,
Well,
I'd have to agree. I believe that too.
I mean, when I think about it, who else would have motive? Who else, think about who else could be due process of elimination. Reverse engineer it when you're thinking about it.
I thought I was the dumb one out of these three, but
You are, but
SOR had their own reasons for attacking the bastard. Of course, they had that tag title match. They wanted an easy win. They just wanted the belts handed to them.
Well, I don't know if I would say that. I mean,
yeah, I mean,
that's a pretty bold statement to assume that they just wanted it. I mean, they earned that opportunity, right? But
exactly.
it wasn't there for them. It wasn't in the cards at that time. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen eventually.
Exactly. Just gotta wait and see.
All good
SOR
things
were
come
doing
in
any
time.
means necessary to get those titles.
I
Can't
think
tell me otherwise.
I'm seeing blood here.
Oh, I can tell you otherwise. Fucker.
Oh, seeing Kodak, something out the top rope here. Oh God, not a superplexing Kane to the outside.
Oh!
My God, another show of
Jesus.
prowess, physical strength. Oh my God, to be able to do that maneuver off the top rope like that,
That was hard to watch.
I bet it was definitely hard for Kane landing on the outside like that.
Right, especially a wrestling veteran like that. I mean, he's got years and years and years of wear and tear. Could you imagine what a move like that could do?
Exactly, yeah, and that kind of goes to what I'm saying earlier about what's it going to take for you not to be able to run anymore. How long can you go?
Exactly. I mean, it's looking like the clock could be ticking down.
Yeah, unless something changes here. I mean, really and truthfully, Taker, Alistair, Kane have not been looking their best in this match.
They haven't, which is very surprising.
They also don't seem as, they're not. I haven't seen any tandem maneuvering from them. There's no, I mean, outside of maybe a tag and a few punches here or there.
There's been nothing big.
Right. Yeah, Undertaker and Kane both appear a little sluggish, and Alistair, unfortunately, in this match up to this point, has not performed to the expectations that we're used to setting with him. So it's been an unfortunate outing for them so far, but it's not over.
Right, it's not over. You're correct. I'd have to agree.
If there's anything I'm good at, it's pointing out the obvious.
Indeed, you do. Does that make me a dick for agreeing? Probably.
No, because I set it up, so it's good. I agree with it.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, we can settle in there. It's all good.
My God.
Wow.
Taker taps.
Oh!
Wow.
The Dragons
Wow.
advance.
I mean, they
Congratulations,
completely
but
dominated
wow.
that match.
They did. Well-deserved victory, but damn.
And I mean, the ring position of Taker wasn't the worst ring position where he could have been in. I mean, he wasn't in the reach of the rope, but he was in the corner of the ring there.
Right, there was no attempt to get out. It was just a flat tap out.
Yep. He wasn't able to...
Locked it in pretty quickly there. And that Dragon Sleeper, notorious for cutting off the airway.
Well, they definitely, like I said, they earned the W. It was well fought, well coordinated efforts by the Dragons, excuse me. Let them have a little fanfare.
They deserved it, except they got the W tonight. They dominated the match against two well-known and respected wrestling legends.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
That W carries a little more weight when you consider who they got the W with.
Indeed.
Of course, now moving on from two legends of the ring to another two legends, Trish Stratus and Lita, taking on NadiaSky, Nardine Phoenix, and Skylar.
Yeah, another tale of experience, or a team with a much greater experience. Two legends.
Indeed.
Going up against younger generation here. And if it's anything like the last match, although I'll say this much, the way that Lita and Trish Stratus have aged is a lot different than that of The Undertaker. And I would also say that The Undertaker and Kane have a lot more wear and tear on them than Lita and Trish Stratus. So can't necessarily make those same judgments, right?
Makes sense to me.
Sounded right when I said it.
Too. Oh, you're not wrong.
Of course, all the matches here have tremendous stakes. Moving on to pay-per-view. But as they say, everything's bigger in Texas.
It is. I was back earlier in catering.
From the shows.
Biggest slices of toast I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. I'd have to agree. Their food, certainly, is bigger.
Yeah, every time I go to Texas, I usually budget to gain about 5 or 10 pounds, and it's my own fault. The food's pretty good. I mean, if you're a fan of barbecue, forget about it.
Trish Stratus and Lita not wanting to get this match off to a proper start, attacking during the entrance.
Yeah, and I don't know
what's going on.
I don't know how smart of an idea that is. I don't know.
No, I don't think that's smart if you ask me.
Of course, being out there on that ramp, everything is high risk. They're landing. As you see, pardon me, these attacks where they're landing there, it's that hard surface, the edge of the perimeter of that stage. You got
getting slammed onto that stage.
Yeah, I'm looking at the ring, and I'm looking what's going on over on the outside there, and it's a little chaotic right now.
Indeed, we need to restore some balance to Eclipse.
Yeah, I was gonna say the rep is like looking nowhere. He's looking in the other direction.
Right, come on, ref, do your job.
That's funny.
Funny how he doesn't pretend not to see anything during my matches, but
I know. Funny how that works out.
Indeed.
Yeah, for the sake of the actual match, glad to see everyone kind of getting back to where they should be, for the most part.
Yeah, I was just about to say, if you're talking totally, I'd have to disagree. We've still got a brawl continuing outside of the ring.
Of course, the bell's just been rung. Lita and Nadia in the ring.
Finally getting some order. Here we go.
And again, I mean, I'm seeing it and we kind of saw it in the last match, but the younger generation, they have the speed to their advantage, in my opinion. Saw it in the last match, already seeing it in this one, and I don't think it's anything specific other than the fact that they're younger.
Right, I'd have to agree.
But again, that experience that Lita and Trish have, that knowledge, that actual know-how, that acumen is really going to be what comes in their favor. As long as they can keep the pace. Lita's already taking a little bit of a beating here.
Which again is surprising.
Yeah, well, she also was on the outs, you know, out on the stage by the entryway a lot longer than Trish was. So.
I'd be surprised if this match did go long after all the damage done on the outside.
Wow. Smart. A little bit of strategy here, I think. No reason to pump the jets. Keeping the amount of energy that you need. Because I was expecting to see a high-risk maneuver there when Trish was still on the outside. Very smart.
Indeed. It's surprising, as of tonight so far, the quote-unquote underdogs have been surprisingly impressive against the legends. What's going on?
Yeah, I mean, you're absolutely right. I mean, saw that in the first match. We're seeing it in this one, and I think it's... I don't want to say anything bad about any of the legends because, you know, there's really nothing you can think, geez, I thought that match was over just then.
Indeed, Sky going for that pinfall, or pinning combination. Of course, pinning combinations originated in Texas.
All right, I guess according to what you know, Asa, pretty much everything that's great came from Texas, right?
Yes. Fact be facts.
Indeed.
Yeah, and unfortunately, and I'm just looking at my notes here, and I'm like, as I'm seeing what Lita's being put through, she, I think, has taken, I mean, Lita and Trish have both been taking a pretty decent beating, but I don't think I've seen much offense at all from Lita.
Next to none,
really
if you ask me.
It was the first handful of moves coming out of Nadia there. It really set the tone for this match. It was hitting that sort of kill switch, and then almost the swinging STO.
You know, just was watching this replay, you know, earlier here just a second, and just again was seeing a little bit of a pattern. These younger teams, the younger generation has just been able to outpace and work in tandem. I keep saying that, right? They're coordinated.
Oh no, we're seeing the kill switch again.
Oh,
God!
An additional swing in there. 1, 2. And that is all she wrote, folks. NadiaSky advance.
Wow. I cannot believe it. 2 for 2 on that. With the young generation coming out and kind of really showing dominance.
right. No, but still, like the first match, that, you know, underdogs put on a show. They got the W. They advance.
Absolutely. Can't take that away from them. Seeing again those replays just as proof in the pudding, as they say.
Indeed.
Very interesting seeing that muscle buster stomp combination.
I liked that. Thought that was a symphony, if you will. Very well executed. Crowd's loving it. Crowd's on their feet. Texas crowd's always very rowdy. We were in Dallas not that long ago, I remember, because well, Hoss, it hasn't been that long. I feel like maybe a month and a half.
Yeah, about that. Of course, Scheller and that Darcyville have been filling in since then. But, of course, now, apparently Haas isn't to be trusted when no one else is here.
Haas is like the, it's like going into school and you realize you have a substitute teacher.
Oh, boy.
No offense. I mean that in a nice way.
I feel like I
always
should be
liked my
taking offense to that.
teachers.
I feel like I should be taking offense to that.
No offense meant at all.
I don't believe you for a goddamn minute.
Oof.
This is going to be one hell of a match coming up here. The Wrecker and
Indeed.
TJC. TJC's been on this crusade to show that size doesn't matter. And for the most part, looking at the records, he's been very successful in that campaign that he set out to complete. But this is by far going to be his most challenging, largest opponent, right?
Opponents, indeed.
Of course, funnily enough, he's only lost to 2 competitors, and that's the champion David Wise and another champion in that triple threat match, Tommaso Omega.
Yeah, if he take this, I don't want to call anything in advance, but TJC has that momentum, right? He's only lost those 2 matches, and they were both the title holders, right? I've seen all his other matches; they've been very good, and he's been very impressive. But this is going to be a little bit different, in my opinion. I mean, how tall is Wrecker? Like, I mean, I always guesstimate by comparing his height to the other opponent.
The only thing I know is you can't teach that.
TJC kind of reminds me of
that
Trevor
was a zinger,
from
and
GTA.
both got ignored by both of you. God damn it. What in tarnation?
What is a tarnation?
Right, I'd like to know that.
No, it's none of your tar business.
I don't think you know.
But I'll tell you anyway.
I'll tell you what.
Ignore me anyway.
TJC's looking... He's looking like he's ready to tear somebody up. If I were him, I would try not to be too overconfident here.
Right. I mean, he's proven himself up to now, but if I were him, I would start thinking of toning down that confidence, because Wrecker, boy, I mean, I don't need to say no more. Just watch.
Yeah, agree.
Bell's being rung.
Here we go.
You know, the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Although,
Indeed.
will he be able to even do that? My God, the size. I mean, look at... it's so interesting.
He's squatting him down.
Wow.
Vertical suplex with the squats. Insult to injury.
Yeah, very kind of sending a message there. Like, look what I can do to you. I mean, his arms are like the size of his head and neck. Wrecker's arms.
Crazy.
I was going to say, TJC needs to really be more on the defensive and find an opportunity where he can slip in to attack him, I think, because the way Wrecker's coming at him is very aggressive.
Coming hard and fast, as it were.
Yes, hard and fast. God.
Wrecker got a 1 count there.
Yeah, but did you see his hand on his face? I mean, like, it was like it covered his entire face. I'm sure Wrecker could
Wrestling version of Shaquille O'Neal.
I was about to say he could probably. I was just gonna say he could probably be in the NBA, but he'd be a little
a little bit too violent.
Yeah,
a little bit thick.
Yeah, thick.
Now
too.
there's no need to be rude.
Yeah, we don't
thick
need to fat shame anybody. He's not fat. He's just
No, he's not fat.
Yeah.
Thick with 2 C's.
Thick
That's
with
what the young
2
people
C's.
I see you.
That's what the young people say, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm not young.
God damn. How old are you, Chris?
Do we have to go into this?
You're a young person.
Yes,
Wait,
I'm a
without
young
that- without
person, but I'm much smarter than you, Hoss.
Ooh. Spitting
I know a
fire.
thing or two about respect. Yeah. Hush, I don't want to hear it from you.
Oh God, what's TJC got in mind here?
Oh!
On the
Back
table.
to the action.
Ah, TJ cut her on the table.
No way. Wow.
Oh. Okay, I may need to retract my statement from earlier.
Well, and I mean, TJC just found the opportunity. He just had to play the defense and wait. Fly like a float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Right. You're correct. Such impact with that cutter, I might want to have.
I mean, that table like just went flat. It just flat.
Imploded.
My God, though, I mean, given the size of Wrecker, I mean, even like these clotheslines that we're seeing, or that we saw a little bit ago, I mean, I can't believe that. It's just the size difference that TJC's able to get his arm around around Wrecker's torso.
Power and district for TJC.
Here we go.
Gets the splash. He seems about puffed.
Yeah, it looked like he knocked the wind out of Wrecker there.
Indeed. Oof. Looks brutal.
My God, I think Wrecker literally just.
Oh,
like,
leg drop.
God. Did you see that?
Oh, God.
That's right across the neck.
That's got to do
Now
damage.
into the pin. 1, 2. The Wrecker is victorious.
Wow. Well, you know what?
You got to give credit where credit's due. TJC put on one hell of a fight.
I completely agree
Indeed.
with you. That was, I mean, considering his opponent was the Wrecker, we
Indeed.
saw a lot of great action from DJC. A lot of good offense. That outside the ring action, that cut right there on the table. Phenomenal.
Indeed. And of course now the Wrecker will go on to face Tommaso Omega at Summer Solstice.
It's going to be one hell of a match
It's going to
leading
be
up
one
into the
hell of a
pay-per-view.
matchup.
Yeah, Jinx, buy me a Coke.
No worries. I'll see you after the show.
Pardon.
Of course now we have the would-be #1 contenders to the Equinox Championships facing off with the New Day, the Phenomenal Dragons. Are they on the same page after their little spat? And, well, can the New Day prove that they can still go? It's been a rough day for the veterans here in Eclipse, but got some young talent in the form of Chang Yu, the Blind Dragon, here in this match.
Yeah, and Chang Yu, you know, I remember calling some of his matches previously. You know, the kicks and the strikes that he delivers are something that stands out to me. So that's going to be an advantage to him. Yeah, and also what's the dynamic between him and AJ Styles right now? It's definitely, I would argue, not equal or greater than to that of the New Day.
Right. New Day's bond is certainly proven to be pretty much unbreakable.
Absolutely, yeah. Very unique, too, and I've been watching wrestling for like 20, 25 years, you know, and it's, you think back of other teams. I mean, you could name some, but like the way that the New Day, it's like a family, you know? Not to say that there are teams that aren't like that, but there's just something unique to the New Day.
course. Cheng Yu was in the first Eclipse Iron Man match against Shinsuke Nakamura.
That was a great match, by the way. I remember calling that.
Indeed. Cheng Yu can go.
Was on the first pay-per-view before Chris Cruz even joined our ranks.
Oh, wow. I see how it is.
Well, I've been here since day one. What can you say?
What can I say? Hey. Who's the world champ? Huh?
David Wise?
Yeah, well, David Wise, he's an arsehole, so I don't deal with David Wise. He got up in my business. When he wants to respect the real champ, tell him to hit me up.
I'm sure he respects the mirror.
Yeah, okay.
Well, you know,
of course.
not first thing I noticed, but I can't help but point out, you know, seeing Cheng Yu and seeing AJ Styles come out their own independent entrances, which I understand, okay, but in a tag team match like this, it just goes back to what we were talking about earlier. What are you on the same page? Because you coming out separately doesn't make me feel any better about that.
It doesn't show unity.
Exactly.
Doesn't bode well for them. We've had quite a record here of teams coming out separately, getting their ass handed to them one by one.
Yeah. And you could make several arguments as to why that is. I mean, you know, it's not necessarily about, ego and I want to have my own entrance, right? It could just be the fact that they're just not on the same page. And there's obviously history between them. Indicates that there would be an issue there.
Indeed. Good eyes.
Much as I don't care for these teams, I've got to admit that their entrance music is a jam.
The thing that bothers me about the New Day is that I don't think I've ever had a pancake without syrup. So if like I were to catch a pancake, I don't know what I would do with it without syrup.
It's BYOS.
It's usually a good idea anyway because I prefer maple and almost exclusively maple. Not that just other stuff that's got all those chemicals in it.
Of course. Well, if anyone knows who's on the card, it's you. So if you know they're coming, you just, oh man, due diligence.
What? I'm sorry.
Due diligence.
Due diligence? Have you been drinking?
Yeah, you know they're on the card. You know, bring your own syrup.
You've been drinking with these Texans?
And Fireball whiskey, a hell of a thing. Wait, is Big E out there as well?
No, I haven't seen Big E.
Man, well that's sad. Big E's fine. He'd throw his jacket at bloody Chris Cruz over here.
Hey, don't get started.
One of the first things you see out of Cheng Yu is those kicks I was talking about.
I mean, to be fair, you are the Corey Graves of this group.
God. Tell him how you really feel.
Right, indeed. Well, I mean, I can clearly see how you feel. I mean,
right.
I mean, I wasn't the one begging myself to come on commentary to be the Corey Graves, was I? But
I didn't speak to you before the show. Well, I don't know what you're on about.
Okay.
Boss doesn't use the social medias.
Oh no, I spoke to you in person, my friend. But if you want to say in front of these people, that's fine.
Well, my boss is an idiot most of the time.
Most bosses are.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, I mean, the boss of that, the boss of the company where you hold your world title, quote unquote, probably an idiot too, let's say.
Sure.
Indeed, I'd have to agree. I mean, it happens everywhere.
One thing I've noticed in this tag match already is that we've already seen tags from both teams. A lot of switching up back and forth, fresh bodies in and out of the match so far already.
Man, it's insane to think that Kofi lost his title in just 8 seconds. feel bad whenever I see him.
I mean,
Right.
especially after that, how triumphant it felt when he got that title. To lose it that way, ugh, that was rough, man.
Oh, no water in the pool for AJ Styles.
Oh,
That leads the way for Kofi to get in the knee to the gut and take advantage.
Yeah, keep him in the corner, too. The wrong corner for AJ.
ring awareness seems to be lacking right now.
Cheng Yu now tagged in. Kofi up. Hip toss. Kicks. Well, it certainly seems like they've been working on their coordinated striking.
Absolutely. Very, very much. We just saw that there. Looked like a cardiac collision that I saw there.
Oh, no. Of course, calling it a cardiac collision because he's a fanboy of those goddamn SOR chaps.
I wouldn't say I'm a fanboy. I just follow everybody's career, right? It's good to be knowledgeable of your surroundings.
Fanboy. Wait, what do the young people call it?
I'll have to ask somebody
Chris, what
who's
do the young
young.
people call it? Simp? Is he a simp for SOR?
No, I
that
don't
the word?
simp SOR. Are you kidding me?
I feel like that's the word.
Not that there's anything wrong with simping for SOR.
It's funny. Chris, what's the word? One time I asked him for something and he's gone off the wall.
No, I think he was talking, but I think I heard him talking, but I think he's having an issue with his headset, maybe.
Well, that's on him.
And I am
Unprofessional.
back.
There he is. I could hear you, but it was very faint.
What's the word? What's the word?
My apologies. There seems to be technical difficulties with the sensitivity on my headset, but it's all fixed now.
Yes.
What's the word for fanboying? What's the young person word for fanboying?
Simple.
Yeah, hey, I got it right. I know these young people.
You've been spending all that time on the social medias, as you call it.
Social medias.
And of course, in the chaos of Chris's headset not working, the Phenomenal Dragons able to pick up the win with a swift kick to the skull by the Blind Dragon.
Yeah, Cheng Yu, man, he's known for those kicks that they're absolutely brutal. Every match that he's in, it's like something. It's his calling card. Got him the W.
Indeed.
Well, that exceeded my expectations in the sense that I did not expect Cheng Yu and AJ Styles to be on the same page as they were.
Right, I can share that.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a refreshing surprise.
Indeed, a pleasant surprise, because you're right, they did not seem to be on the same page, but they still pulled off the victory.
Yes,
It'll be very interesting to see if they come out together on pay-per-view.
and
Very
if they can
interesting
perform
to
the
see.
same way on the pay-per-view.
Hopefully.
Still, we've seen some great action tonight. Great one-on-one action, great tag team action, in a few different scenarios. Now we got a triple threat coming up.
Indeed.
This certainly is going to be a banger. Not going to want to miss.
Glowria, Lil Lem, Demon Paige.
Very interesting to see. Wonder who will come out victorious.
I'm just trying not to have a seizure looking at those glasses.
Right. Got some El Phantasmo vibes.
Yeah, very vibrant. And next to the pink, I'm like, wow.
Wow.
A
This
little
should be
gouty,
warning
but
sticker.
that's okay. Sorry to cut you off.
No, no worries.
So what's your thoughts on this match, Hoss here? Or have you checked out?
Well, none of them come from Texas, so there's no clear winner here.
So you're thinking maybe like a three-way draw, triple count out. Actually, it's triple threat, so there are no countouts.
Indeed.
So I'm gonna go with the one with the glowing face.
Okay.
The one with the glowing face has a name.
Which one? Because there's two that have.
Right, yeah, facts. There's two.
They're both vibrant to me. I mean,
pink.
I guess only one's glowing per se, but they're both. I'm actually like legitimately like pseudo colorblind, so when I see it, it's like whoa, it's like very vibrant and like hard to distinguish the colors.
Of course. Well, I'm gonna go with Glowria. Is first one out. I think she's got it. And I think the demon's gonna feel some sunburn from the lights here. I think Little Lamb.
Sunburn.
I know.
The lights. Because she's so pale.
Vampire's burn. I know why she's Demon Paige. I think she's Vampire Paige.
Well, if we see her biting anybody, we'll know for sure.
At least we'll know.
Speaking of which, I would fall so easily if I had something like that. Not that I would wear something like that, but you know.
Just if.
I feel like we just heard something very closeted come out of Steven Anderson.
I know. After I said
was that one confession too far, buddy?
Ooh.
Isn't it like that time? Do you remember when Triple H was on commentary, like years ago? and he's like, he said something about being bi, and he's like, did I just say that? If you don't know what I'm talking about, you should look it up. It's hilarious.
Well, actually, funnily enough, I saw this video where it's like all the innuendos that guys in the wrestling business have said over the last, I don't know, like 5 decades.
I think I know what you're
really
talking about,
funny.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. If you haven't seen it, it's really funny.
Because it's all out of context. So you're hearing these things, and out of context, it's like, what did you just say?
Because one of them's Jake the Snake Roberts. You won't bust a nut when Lance Archer's in the ring with you.
God, that was awful.
that was funny.
Of course, you find it funny.
Jake the Snake is a legend. Anything that he said is straight gold.
I agree with you that he's a legend. He has had his demons, obviously, but he's a definite legend. And honestly, he's still killer on the mic.
Well, this starts off, Glowria and Little Lamb getting into it. And Paige finally find time to strike.
Yeah, well, hey, you know, let them run out, let them do their thing. She comes in at the right time.
I said Glowing Glory, but who do you guys say?
You know, honestly, I'm gonna go with Paige. You know, you mentioning the lights here, I think that the bright lights may actually serve her as an advantage. But we will see. You know, it's a triple threat match. So.
Interesting, yes, indeed.
What about yourself, Cruz?
Well, in the words of you, I'd say, right, I have to get the accent right. I'm gonna go for the one with the glowing face.
I feel thoroughly offended.
Well, I don't care.
Everybody's feeling offended tonight.
Hey, you
goddamn red coat
hurt,
thinks he can come here and tell me what's what.
You butt hurt, mister.
Oh God.
What? Is my coccyx bruised?
When you say it, it just sounds. I mean, you're saying it right. Maybe it's the accent.
Yeah. What accent? It's just my voice.
That's not an accent. This is an accent.
Goddamn East Coasters and across the ponders.
Shut up. The East Coasters are the best.
East Coast is the best coast, even though everybody actually says West Coast is the best coast. I don't know.
West Coast is awful.
You're
City
3 hours
slicking.
behind from the East Coast.
City slickers.
Once you wake up, half the day's gone. I mean, I went to California.
Time is...
yeah, it's in the past.
Time is relative. That's why we don't let it near Alabama.
Chris, you're in the future, technically.
I am indeed in the future. Do you want to know what's going on in the future, people?
Yeah, well, it's 5 hours, right? From
4.
4, okay. Yeah,
basically, what's going on is I kicked David Wise's ass.
Yeah, that's impressive, actually.
Indeed, he just don't know it yet.
It's a foregone
conclusion. Does that mean that next week he'll know what's going on at the pay-per-view before we do?
He's got inside sources.
Time travel. Yeah, my inside sources is time travel.
Right. Well, then who wins this match, buddy?
Yeah, let's bet on it.
It's fine. It's fine. Let's see. I can tell you conclusively, in your words, it's a girl with a glowing face.
I hate your face.
I hate
the
rest of you as well, but especially your face.
Of all things to hate, a person's face is usually the most common. There's something about your face. I just want to deliver a punch.
Hey, well,
I hate your bladder, Steve.
This match is complete pandemonium, by the way.
Oh, but Haas, why would you hate someone's bladder? Because he's taking the piss.
Yeah, guys, as we've been talking, I'm watching this match, and it's just, seeing little M there in the corner, trying to get up, and it's like, there's been a lot going on.
It's just not happening. Indeed.
A lot of tables turning back and forth. Very good matches has been, and definitely a little bit of change of pace for tonight because up to this point everything's been either tag or singles, which is great. Perfect spot on the card.
Indeed, I'd have to agree with you. Don't copy me.
I can't do a British accent.
I can't either. I can't do any accents, really.
Oh, you're a governor in Queen and Country.
I thought that match was just about to end there. I thought that Demon Paige.
Indeed, I'd have to. It looked like it was going to end real quick.
I mean, Lil M was in no position to interfere. Wow, my God, this is unbelievable. This match.
Little M almost sneaking the win there behind Demon Paige's back.
See that?
Jesus, right.
Kind of like a second wind from Lil M because she was earlier, not that long ago. She was in the corner there, and she was not looking good. It took her a while to get up, and she's clearly got that second wind in. Coming off an adrenaline rush, probably. As she is now outside of the ring.
Of course, triple threat means no disqualification, no count out. But haven't seen any weapons as of yet.
No. There's still time though. Although a triple threat match doesn't have to have that though.
No water in the pool for Demon Paige. Those knees will be feeling that tomorrow.
Yeah, the way that Demon Paige landed on the outside like that was like doing a belly flop in a pool of water. Not to sit. I know that you just said there's no pool or water in the pool, but they're both very painful. One of them you happen to die. Wow.
Jeez. Lil M took her eye off the prize for just a second too long.
Well,
Glowria was able to pick up the win.
If we look back at the match, Glowria was really, of the three, the most on point. I mean, she took her blows, right? She had gotten some offense against her, but she was predominantly the one, not in control of the match, but had the most offense.
Indeed.
Very impressive.
Hey, Horse.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was right, wasn't I? My time travel worked.
Okay, well, I said it first.
No, I said it first.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I did.
No, you didn't.
I did.
Okay, Steve, who said it first?
I don't know. Don't get me involved in this, please.
It was me.
How dare you not side with me? I've been sitting at this desk with you for ages, and you throw me under the bus for some
I didn't throw you under
no
the
good
bus.
red coat.
No good. What? Meet me
Red
after the
coat.
show. Meet me after the show.
I don't want to meet you. Face that breaks mirror's head ass.
Okay, keep talking. That's all you do.
Hey, go focus on Cody Rhodes. They're getting knocked out backstage.
Yeah, very insensitive.
Back in my day, I didn't get knocked out backstage because I was the one knocking people out. My day being the early 1600s.
I was going to say, can we go back to determine when that actually was? Let's get a little bit of extra context here.
Right.
Of course, now we got the Dragon taking on the Horsewomen on the final semifinal match for the Lunar Gemini tournament. Winners go on to face NadiaSky on pay-per-view.
Yeah, I mean, this has been one night of action that's just going to be building up to what we're going to be seeing at the pay-per-view. And to get to your point, this match is no different. Honestly, it's hard for me to decide to pick a caller on this match. You know, my heart is, or my gut, you know, which is what I usually follow, is to go with Ronda Rousey. I go with my gut because, you know, that's the one that tells me to eat. But you know, to go with Ronda Rousey because, you know, she's got the experience of being, not to take anything away from anybody who doesn't have this experience, but her experience as an MMA fighter. And actually, you could say the same thing about Shayna Baszler, really. I think it just differentiates you in some regard.
Indeed. Anything to add, Hoss?
Well, no. The Dragon coming out now, looking great. Dragon always very impressive in their performances.
Well, I would expect nothing less from the Dragon. But, again, this is going to be an interesting challenge for them to see if they can overcome, persevere, move on to the next step here. They look a little cavalier to me.
Of course, if they win here, that means that two teams of the Dragon will be going for titles on pay-per-view come next week.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot on the line here for them as far as what will dictate their future as far as opportunity is concerned. But again, maybe I shouldn't spend too much time focusing on their, again, I'll call it cavalier. They just seem a little casual here. I don't know. I feel like they're not taking seriously the opponents that they're going up against here.
I mean, we did see them come out together to get in the mind of their first opponents. And we'll have to see if their opponents this week come out together or separately.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, there's Shayna Baszler. Where's Ronda Rousey? Nowhere to be seen.
Touché.
So if they didn't damage sign, I don't know what is.
I was gonna say that's that's I don't want to say foreshadowing or writing on the wall, but you know, we were talking about it earlier. But hey, you know what? We also saw the same thing happen with AJ and Chen Yu, and they won their match. So it doesn't necessarily dictate one thing or the other, but it is something to take notice. I always forget if Sioux Falls is in North Dakota or South Dakota, but I know that is where Shayna Baszler hails from. I believe, I think she's full-blood Native American, if I'm not wrong.
I'm not too sure myself.
Sioux tribe. I know she's from Sioux Falls. Sioux Falls is South Dakota. And Sioux Falls is predominantly, it's actually a very big thing there. It's like part of their local. There's so much Indian reservation there, right? So it's a very interesting place. I've been to Fargo once before, so that's like the only other experience I have in the Dakotas. See, Ronda Rousey always has this look of determination on her face, even when she's being nice. She just looks like she means business. I mean, Baszler too, really. And maybe I'm just thinking that because I'm thinking of how the Dragon just entered, right? And then not to say anything bad about them, but it's just two different approaches, two teams. Who's gonna be the victor?
Indeed.
I'll definitely be looking forward to seeing Shayna and I'm looking forward to seeing Shayna tag here. Again, I'm going back to you know, the MMA experience because obviously you don't have that component there. It's not the first time to see either of them tag either, but it's just something food for thought.
Doesn't really seem like Kelsey's got her mind on the ball here.
Not so far. Already seeing a tag and co-op effort here with Shayna and Ronda.
Now you have to use the Texas terminology here. It's tandem.
I've been using that word so much. I've been trying to think of something else. I need a thesaurus.
That's some kind of dinosaur. Because I'm the only dinosaur here.
Pardon me, you guys. I'm dying.
Oh no,
I
don't want that.
I thought that was a figure of speech.
What? That you're dying?
Dying of laughter.
No, we're all dying, unfortunately. It just takes a long time.
Unfortunately, yeah. Okay, speak for yourself.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you, once we saw a tag there, I mean, we're seeing good tags on both sides here, which is good strategy. Change it up. Keep the other team guessing. Wow, my God.
Kelsey seemed like moving like she's got something to prove.
I mean, she sort of does. I mean, both teams have, in my opinion, have something to prove here. That's why they're facing in the first place. But I would say, that, for me, it's the Dragon that has something to prove more so. Maybe I'm being biased. I try not to be, but
very interesting to see Shayna Baszler being quite willing to try and roll for the hot tag.
Yeah. Well, and again, I'm like striking down here each time I see a tag from the teams, and the Dragon is not actively tagged. They've had their tags. They've tagged a couple times, 2 or 3 times here, but seen a lot more frequency on the side of Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, which again is a feather in their cap. is just so... Can't think of the word.
Kelsey looking for something here. Through the ropes. DDT.
My God.
Oh my lord.
Look at that replay. Damn. On the outside too like that. That's not good for Ronda.
1, 2. And Rousey kicks out, of course, no doubt.
Not that I had any doubt either, but I feel like if there was a chance that she couldn't, that Shayna would have definitely stepped in. Because she was right there on the... She's right there on the... ring. Can't think of words tonight. The apron. It looks like the crowd is... I don't know if they stopped serving alcohol or what, but... something's different.
Gotta go right for that stereotype.
Hey, I've been to Texas a lot. There's actually a lot of dry counties in Texas, believe it or not. Like in between Dallas and Austin, which is like, I think 5 hours maybe, if I remember correctly. There's a lot of dry counties in the rural areas. But in the cities, Dallas, Fort Worth, Austin, Amarillo, Houston, El Paso, oh yeah, people like to get the drink on. Nothing wrong with that.
Fair enough.
Smart move there. Did not expect to see that tag come in earlier from Shayna. Or Shayna just sort of tapped Ronda to get that tag, and it was a good opportunity because Ronda wasn't looking all that great.
Here we go. Tia drop there.
That did not look pretty. Well, it did look pretty, but not for Shayna Baszler. It was well executed.
Chill.
Hey there, Shayna needs to be careful. Don't want to spend too much time in the opponent's corner.
And here we go. Stereo super kicks. And Kelsey is back in the match. Oh, seeing the pop-up there.
Another very well executed maneuver there. Kelsey really laying it down thick. That's with a C and a K, by the way, not 2 C's.
Only the record getting now appreciation tonight, it seems.
Well, I did not expect Kelsey to sort of pseudo spear earlier off the apron, Ronda Rousey, because she looked dazed before she did it. It like she was like kind of woozy, like she had the rubber legs. And then boom, she did that through the rope, and she still hasn't gotten up.
Well, here we go. Another pinning combination. Oh, Ronda getting a 2 count. Because if you know someone that's susceptible to a pinning combination, of course it's none other than Shayna Baszler.
Yeah,
indeed.
It was. You could almost just barely see it if you were looking at the corner when that pin attempt there Kelsey had over Baszler would have been a great opportunity to get. I thought we were going to see 3 there, honestly, because unless she didn't, because.
Oh what?
Oh God.
Oh.
Unbelievable. I mean, really, that's really good technical capabilities there being shown by the Dragon. A little bit of relentlessness on the side of Kelsey too, might I add.
Almost like a more bang for your buck.
Yeah, Kelsey's exhibited some behaviors a few times in this match where she's being the aggressor to somebody who's not legally in the match.
That's just how it is sometimes. Oh wait, Tia's got something up. Jeez,
oh god.
The soccer cutter there.
You see how she landed on the back of her head or her neck there. Couldn't tell there, but able to get the W.
Indeed.
Wow. Well, hey, you know what? You outpace, you outmaneuver, you outwrestle your opponent, get the W. That's how it works.
Indeed.
And that means that it's NadiaSky and the Dragon in the finals for the Lunar Gemini tournament.
Well, as this night has progressed, the story just continues to tell itself as to what the pay-per-view is going to look like. I think it's a fair statement to say that it's going to be definitely one hell of a show so far based on what we already know.
Indeed, certainly has the potential to be, as what the marks on the social media like to call, stacked. Hey, I'm just trying to respect everyone here. Like, Haas, like, you require respect. I give you respect.
I know what the hell you're talking about. But with that, the Dragon advance in both their positions, meaning that the Dragon has 2 shots of gold on pay-per-view.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
really good for the stable. Both parallel or, you know, autonomous parts of that team have done very well to make it to the stage that they're at. So can't take anything away from it. You got to give credit where credit's due.
Indeed.
And of course, that brings us to our main event of the evening.
Oh yeah,
The 4 minus 1, so the 3 take on the Outsiders.
Yep, come on, Outsiders, they're going to get the dub.
You know, the 4 is a force to be reckoned with.
No, they're not. They're awful. They suck.
Okay, as long as you said it. I don't want to. I actually respect everybody that's in this match here. I think it's going to be. I think there's more than a few reasons why it deserves to be where it is here on the card as the main event.
Indeed. They deserve to be in the main event, but oof, definitely not getting the W.
Well, it's definitely going to be interesting to say the least. I will say that on paper, I think you're right. You know,
Indeed.
When you look at the stats, I mean, when you look at their height, their weight, compare that, right? On paper,
Yes.
Outsiders have an advantage for sure.
Of course, I would put nothing past Mac Fafita. He's got the intensity of 10 men in his frame.
Yeah. I mean,
10 men.
That should be said about me, really, because I'm the man that beat him. Not in this Fed, of course, but still.
Man, you look like you have 10 men in your frame.
Ha 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 ha.
6 foot head ass. 6 foot. What? 6'6"?
Yeah, I was gonna say, get it right, Hoss.
I don't care. I'm not the stats man.
So what are you? What I mean, like, why are you here?
I'm the professional commentary folk.
Professional. We'll turn up sober next time.
Turn up sooner. What?
Exactly.
I was here half an hour before showtime. What are you fucking on about?
What, half an hour before showtime? Just asleep? Like, you know, having a snooze?
Yeah, I sleep in the building.
Well,
I've seen
suck.
it. I've seen him. I've seen you fall asleep at the table.
And that's... I sleep in the trailer so I get a free ride.
Well, you're broke, and you suck.
I didn't say Eclipse pays well.
Don't you have at least like one ex-wife too? I mean, did you probably pay alimony too? I don't know. I feel like you do.
I have more ex-wives than I have middle fingers.
Oh, wow.
I was gonna say, I know on one occasion I think I remember you referencing it, so that's why I was like, there's got to be more than one.
Well, I mean, one took everything, and then the others took the remainder.
So you basically have nothing.
I don't have much, no.
Well, at least it seems like you've come to terms with it.
At least they take care of the kids. And that's all that I, that's
Oh
all I
God,
care
you
about.
procreated, okay?
Well, I'm lucky they're more their mothers, but...
Look at these. Look at the outside. Jeez, that is intimidating. Just their aura.
Are some big men.
You should know all about them.
And those masks are intimidating as anything.
Indeed.
Yeah, but I mean, not just the masks. It's just their candor.
Just a stance, eesh.
Yeah, the way that they carry themselves, the way that they walk like that when they were coming down the ramp.
It'd be funny seeing these guys come out dressed as the New Day. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, one of them throwing pancakes and the other one has a trombone in his hand.
I mean, even dress like them as well.
All right. Well, it's definitely been one hell of a night of action at Eclipse Pro Wrestling out of Dallas, Texas tonight.
Indeed, it has been one hell of a show.
But we'll see how this night ends, as it will dictate next steps for the pay-per-view. What the? Did I just think my computer screen just glitched?
Uh-oh, you good?
Now, I suppose it's not armor, but I guess the first thing, that always comes to mind when I see the level of the amount of not equipment, but gear, I guess, whatever you want to call it. That has a lot of weight.
Right.
Not to say that they can't handle it. They're obviously big guys, but you look at the four on the other side, right? And, I mean, we're talking about their height and weight and all this other stuff, which is one thing, but I see the four having a speed advantage. Well, not entirely, but 3-2.
I mean, I'd have to agree. All person bias aside.
I was gonna say the outsiders kind of look like the mafia types.
Oh yeah, you've done your homework, didn't you?
I know you're on that.
Oh yeah, of course you do.
I don't know what you're
Implying
on
that I'm not
about.
professional,
That is
then you're implying that I'm trying to conceal stuff. That's pick a lane.
I'm not trying to say that you are. I am saying that you are.
He's just flat out coming out with it.
Indeed.
Of course, Mr. Yuck now in the ring for the four. Lucky Vera's still yet to tag out.
Oh yeah, that son of a gun. He still has not told me who attacked me backstage at Pro Wrestling's Elite. Check them out, by the way, on Mondays.
Oh, Mac tossing Lucky into the match. Getting a hot tag to Storage and Kobe.
I'm gonna say, you know, with the name Sarge, it looks more like I didn't catch what you said earlier. I know Chris did, but more like kind of like a paratrooper, or like a. I'm not a military guy.
A stormtrooper.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Gonna need to be careful now. I think this is a potential part of the time of the match where it could really go and change the entire pace and affect the outcome here. If you're not careful.
Whoa,
I was gonna say, how did that tag even get allowed to happen? I mean, I don't know. I would think that outsiders would have prevented that.
Many mysteries in wrestling.
Well, you saw.
Many mysteries.
You saw how. Well, Kobe has actually put out all 3 members.
Yeah.
Indeed, oof.
Real good show of physical strength there. Being able to just sort of pick up and toss around like a rag doll.
Oh, great show of strength, I'd have to agree. Anything you want to add, Hoss?
Well, it seems like the 4 are in ripe state. They need to get back in this match in quick fashion.
It looks like they've
regained
gained some composure on the outside there. And you love to see it when it's successful. Oh, I thought that there was actually going to be a little bit more to that, but still effective. See, you can never. You always think you can predict, but you can't. You know, it's just.
You just can't.
Even if you're in the future, right? It's like.
Oh, I'm in the future a lot, so don't worry.
Sam W. Rattown now in the match for the first time against Mr. Young.
Yeah, for the first time. It's hard to believe that. Pardon me, that the match has gone on this long, and he's just now entering the match.
I've got to be concerned, though. Slade Wilson, also known as the Shredder, I don't know what's going on in his mind. He hasn't returned to the apron since leaving the ring.
Yeah, I was actually, you know, I'm noticing that he's not moving at all. He's standing there, but he's not. I don't know if there's a reason. It's something. Maybe he's hurt. It looks. I mean, if you look close, he's. Maybe his shoulder is looking like it bothering him. I don't know.
I have picked up on that. You may be right.
Either way, it is not going to. It's not doing the 4 any favors. I mean, I'm a little concerned because it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, you're the only one that's concerned. I don't really care too much for the 4. I don't know about Hoss, but.
Well, he just gotta.
I don't know him that well. I just know they got one of my mates fired from their old job.
Okay.
Well,
Of course, now we're back to Lucky V Reverse Mac.
What the?
now, I made a comment about this before, but, and again, you know, not to focus too much on clothing here, but I gotta say the 4 looks a lot more comfortable clothing-wise, and I would just think that goes a long way in a combat match like this. I mean, if I was wrestling, I'd show up in sweats and sneakers.
Oh no, again,
Indeed.
the triple power bomb stolen.
Talk about my...
Of course, that actually got them past the Shield in the first matchup. And the 4 pick up the sneak victory there.
That was chaotic. At the end of that match was
Indeed.
very chaotic. There was a lot going on there.
Sergeant Kobe throwing haymakers, but not able to find the mark. And when he goes for the grapple, doesn't find it.
Yeah, I mean,
The 4
again,
advance.
I'm just glad that again, I know I'm the only one that seems to be concerned about it. I thought something was wrong earlier. So looks like everything's status quo for the 4. Definitely a good victory. I on paper I thought Outsiders would have had this one, but solid dub.
So
Indeed, I'd
that
have to
means
agree.
that it is the 4 taking on the Dragon in a rematch from the last pay-per-view where they went to a time limit draw.
This will be one hell of a matchup that looking forward to. Then there's a little bit more than a little bit more spice in those meatballs, right? Because you get a little bit of bragging rights too.
Indeed.
Of course, the Orion's belt championships will be on the line between those 6 men. Of course, do we have any last-minute comments from Chris Cruz before we finish up for the night?
The only thing I'll say is it has been one phenomenal show. It certainly was not a waste of my time. Great talent being showed tonight. And certainly tune in for the rest of the shows. Peace.
Indeed. And any last words from Steven Anderson?
Just want to thank everybody for joining, whether they were watching live or watching the replay. Definitely, Chris's point, stay tuned for more action for
You
Eclipse
do not
Pro
want to miss.
Wrestling. Good to be back.
Okay, I would like to thank Redcoat and SOR Sim for joining me here tonight on the desk up in Haas, the LoneStar State. And we'll see you next time for the Summer Solstice pre-show and then main card the night after. Stay safe and keep your eyes out.